All right, coming off of Week 10, we're into the Week 11 picks. Check out Tuesday's episode for Week 10 review. As always, I'm here. It's the Good, Bad, Ugly podcast with JD and Reese. How we doing today, guys?
Good, KB. Good. Ready to roll.
Yeah, Week 11, we're looking for a lot more success on our picks. Last week, the two of you started to get trending in the right direction. I'm taking the weekend off because I'm absolutely terrible at picking bets. I'll still be doing Pickem. So today we're going to be doing a little bit of a different style of show. Instead of going through every game, we're going to be taking increments and going through to start tonight's Thursday Night Football, Patriots at Falcons. Then we're going to move to the Colts and the Bills, Green Bay at Minnesota, Cowboys at Chiefs, Steelers at Chargers, Giants at Bucks, and then into the betting portion of the show for the bets that we are placing on games other than what we talk about. So I think we can get right into it with the Pats at Atlanta. It's Thursday Night Football. New England is, as of now, a 6.5-point favorite. JD, you want to get us started?
Yeah, sure. So Thursday night games we've come to realize have been a bit tricky picking-wise because the underdog is covered in all the games. They haven't won every game. But for me, I love the Patriots in this game. The offense is rolling. Patterson's doubtful. The Falcons don't have many weapons to even work with. I learned a lesson, though, picking against the home dog last week. So I'm not going to pick the Patriots as my official bet, but I'm going to take them in the Pickem. And for an official pick this game, I'm going to take the under 47.5 because the under is 5-0 in the Falcons' last 5 Thursday games. The under is 12-2 in the Pats' last 4 games versus 4 road games versus home teams with a losing record. So I'm excited to watch this one. I think it's going to be a lower scoring one, so I'm going to take the under, and I'm not going to root for one side. I don't want to get screwed over this week again like we did last week with the Ravens. So I'm not going to take the Patriots. I don't know if they'll cover. I think it might be closer than people expect, but I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, and I do think the Patriots win.
All right, yeah, so I agree with you, JD. I think the Pats are going to take this one. I'm going to have 2 official bets on this. I'm going to take the Pats minus 6.5 and Matt Ryan under 250.5 passing yards. Pats are great against the tight end, and that's really where the Falcons thrive. So I'm going to take the under 250.5 and the Pats minus 6.5.
Yeah, I got no bets for any of the games this weekend, but my pick tonight, I definitely think New England's going to get the win. They've been riding hot. Their offense looks great, but I agree with JD what you're saying and Reese what you're kind of hinting at. I think low score tonight. Patriots on the road. Patriots defense is fantastic, but being on the road, I don't think their offense puts up a week like last week's, even against the Falcons defense that's questionable. So I'm going to take New England tonight, and then I think we can move on to the Colts at Bills, an AFC playoff picture matchup. Buffalo, a touchdown favorite. Reese, you want to get us started here?
Yeah, sure. So I've been on the Bills all year, even after Miami and the Jags, but this week, I'm going to take the Colts at plus 7.5, but I am going to take the Bills in the Pick'em. I think this is going to be a much closer game than expected. The Colts always play the Bills tight. They lost by a field goal in the playoffs last year, and the Colts' biggest margin of loss this entire year was 12 points. So I really like the Colts to cover here. That's going to be an official pick, and I like the Bills to win.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites on Sunday, honestly. I think this game's going to be a good one. These are two teams that can definitely make the playoffs out of the AFC. The Bills have the best defense in football statistically, top 3 in every category. It does help when you're playing the Jets, and they've already played the Dolphins twice. We know two not the best offenses, but now they got a real threat coming into Buffalo. Jonathan Taylor is tied with Derrick Henry now for the rushing lead. He is running the Colts to wins. He's a monster. The Colts are rolling. They're 4-1 in their last 5 after their tough start. I think 7 points is too much here. I'm going to take the Colts plus 7 and to win. Why not? The underdogs have been winning left and right in the Pick'em. I don't know. I don't feel great about them to win. I feel great about them to cover, but why not? We'll take them to win.
Yeah, I'm loving the Colts in this game. To keep it close, I think it's a great matchup. The Colts, I think, match up really well with any of the AFC teams now that they're out of their early season slump that happens every year. I'm going to take the Bills in this one. I think this one came down to who's going to be the home team in this game. Buffalo's got a great home field advantage, one of the best in the league. And, they're coming off of a couple rough matchups as far as, competition goes. They lost one of them to Jacksonville. But big win last week. I said it against the Jets. I said it last week. Even though they're playing a bad team, we need to see them win by a ton of points. They did that, won by a few touchdowns. Never give the Jets a chance. I think the Bills ride their momentum in and get a big win in the AFC picture. and beat the Colts on Sunday, but definitely an exciting game. Probably the best of the 1 o'clocks for me. And then we move on to a NFC North matchup. Always a good one. Green Bay at Minnesota. Green Bay, only a 1.5 favorite. JD, what's your expertise for this one?
All right, so my guys are pretty banged up. Rodgers, Lazard, and Adams all didn't practice. They'll play. We know they're going to play. Gary's up in the air, and as we know, Jones is out. So the Packers, they're hurting, trying to get to their bye week. The Vikings, I think there's a chance they're getting Harrison Smith back this week. I think I saw that he's coming. He's designated to return off IR. I think it'll be a close one, as these games always are, especially in Minnesota. I don't expect the Packers to be looking ahead to the Rams game next week. I think they know they got to take care of business and then move on. I expect A.J. Dillon to have another big day, especially now he's the one getting all the touches. There's no real dual-headed monster back there. The Packers are going to win this one. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. I think the Vikings keep it close. They're always in every game. It feels like the Vikings are always leading at every game. I think they're a pretty good football team. 4-5 is not a true record for them. I think they could have won a few more games. I think the Packers at -1.5 is just too little. I think the Packers are the best team against the spread this year at 9-1. I think 1.5 is too much. I mean, what are we doing here? The Vikings are 1-7 ATS. They're less 8 at home. Even though the Packers are banged up and the Vikings seem to be getting healthier, I think the skill gap between these two teams is too much for it to be 1.5.
Yeah, JD, I agree with you. I'm going to go with the Pack and the Pickem. I was going to take the Pack to cover as one of my picks, but instead I'm just going to go safe with the under. The under has a bunch of really good trending stats. I'm not going to read them all off to you, but they all look good.
I saw them too.
And the only reason I'm staying away from the Pack is the underdog usually bodes pretty well in these matchups. I think the underdog's 9-3. So ATS, so I'm just going to stay away from that spread and take the under. Because I think with Raj banged up and that offense banged up, the Vikings haven't been scoring the way they should be, so I like the under.
Yeah, good picks right there, guys. I'm taking Green Bay also in the Pickem. I will never, ever take an NFC North opponent against Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, no.
Or just the Packers team in general. Packers, we said it on Tuesday in the power rankings. Go check those out if you haven't. Packers are the best team in football. Vikings are trending in the right direction. I think that they're going to be a playoff team if they keep playing the way they are. Got a big win last week, but I don't see the Vikings getting to 500 this week, and I certainly don't see them doing it, beating Green Bay.
Don't get me wrong, KB. I was praising Minnesota there for a while, but we know Aaron Rodgers owns the Vikings.
Yeah.
This game will be close most of the way, but I think the Packers pull away in the end. They'll win by a touchdown.
And especially, I think Rodgers came off of a bad week for his standards last week against Seattle. Mm-hmm. Coming in back, he didn't really practice all week because of COVID. So I could see, a 4-touchdown game in Minnesota for Aaron Rodgers this week. And for the next game, absolute game of the week for me is the Cowboys at Arrowhead to play the Chiefs. Reese, what do you got to start this one?
All right, so this game is really tough to pick. I don't have any bets on it. I am going to take the Cowboys in the Pick'em, though. I love the Chiefs in general, the way they've been playing the last game. I think they're going to get hot, but I think that just the Cowboys are too much of a complete team for the Chiefs to go out and just beat them. I think if you look at some of the stats, the Cowboys outmatch the Chiefs in almost every category right now. And looking at all that, I actually have all the stats. So the Cowboys have the edge in points, yards gained, yards allowed, time of possession, red zone, and penalties. So there's nothing here that makes me want to take the Chiefs besides the fact that they can get hot. I'm going to take the Cowboys here, but yeah, it's a really, really good game. I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah, and I know we were praising Chiefs in our episode on Tuesday. We were debating whether they're back or not. And I said this would be the test. This is the test. If they can beat Dallas at home, I think they're really back. We'll see how well the Chiefs play. But to me, the Cowboys match up well in this one because the Chiefs turn the ball over a lot. They're 31st in turnovers. And the Cowboys are a very opportunistic defense. They will pick the ball off if you make one mistake. We know Trayvon Diggs is going to give up a few big plays, but he's going to jump some routes if you're hanging balls out there like Mahomes has been doing. What has he got? He's got 11 or 12 picks, and Trayvon Diggs has 8 or 9. I'm not sure the exact numbers there, but they do turn the ball over a lot. And I think the Cowboys' offense is built for this. They're first in total offense, and the Chiefs we know have a bad defense. I think they may be able to run the ball. I think they'll probably be able to pass the ball. I'll take the Cowboys in the Pickem, and I'll take him at +3 if it gets there. Right now it's 2.5. I think it's trending in the way where the Cowboys will get the 3 on Sunday. So when we drop our official picks on Instagram, I'll add the Cowboys in there if they're +3. But for right now, I'm going to hold off because I just want to enjoy this one.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Chiefs. This one, once again, this is an incredible home field advantage for them. I think they're coming off a huge win. And, JD, you said something. The offense of the Cowboys is built to win this game. And before I get into this point, I actually want to talk about, in our last episode, we talked about the Cowboys have to get the run game going this week, and I expect them to. I think a huge week is in for the Cowboys' backfield. But I think the Cowboys' defense is also built to lose this game. Really big, athletic corners, good for press, but not great at keeping up with receivers downfield. We've seen it with Diggs numerous times this year getting beat downfield. I think there's too much speed. I think there's too much great route running on the offense, and I don't think they can cover Kelsey over the middle of the field at all, and I think they have to focus on that more, and that's going to hurt them on the outside a lot. And the Chiefs might be getting Clyde Edwards-Helaire back, which is a big part of this offense when it's working. Darrell Williams, regardless, has actually provided a presence in their backfield the last 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm going to take the Chiefs, but my bold prediction for this week, I think we see over 80 points scored in this game.
Yeah,
I think
can't wait
this
for
is
this
going to
one.
be an absolute shootout. Two guys that, right now, Dak is totally a viable MVP pick. I think Mahomes will be there at the end of the year. I think both these teams could win the Super Bowl this year. And I'm seeing over 80, 90 points scored in this game, similar to that Rams-Chiefs game a few years ago on primetime. This is the most excited I've been for a game all season. We're getting into that nice point this year in the season always where teams are starting to fight for the playoffs, pictures taking shape, teams, you're seeing who they actually are now, and these two teams, I think, are as good as they come on the offensive side of the ball, and not very good on the defensive side of the ball. So I'm really, really excited for this game. I think it'll be a shootout. I think it'll be really fun. You guys have anything else on that one?
Yeah, KB, I agree with you, and I disagree with you a little bit. I feel like both of the offenses, even when the Chiefs are hitting on all cylinders like they were last week, I'd say they just about match up, and if I had to pick a defense, I'm all over the Cowboys. So I just feel like the Cowboys just have a significant edge with their defense over the Chiefs, even if the Chiefs come out who are... There was a few plays when the Chiefs even played the Raiders, like that Darrell Williams catch, that just... If things aren't rolling well, that's going to be an interception. So I'm really interested to see how it plays out.
This is where you got to remember the Chiefs, though. I know they haven't been good this year, but the Chiefs... Which defense has played in big games? Which defense has played in these games before? It's not the Cowboys. Cowboys have young playmakers on the defense that have never played in these games before. And you remember the Chiefs for the last 2 years, that Darrell Williams catch is exactly their recipe. They play backyard football, and they play it as good as anyone. It reminds me at times of Brett Favre when he was really young, and they were just running around slinging the ball. I think that seeing that from the Chiefs last week encouraged me more than it discouraged me about them because they're starting to succeed in that really unorthodox style of offense again that they always did. So I get what you're saying, but that's where I'm on the opposite end of the thought process.
You have to assume Tyreek Hill's going to get behind Diggs at some point too. They've been missing on these long plays to Tyreek. He had the 2 touchdowns last week, and he had a great game. But I think this is the week where they get that deep connection back. I think Tyreek Hill breaks off like a really long touchdown. But like I said, I think the Cowboys are built for this one. I wouldn't be shocked either way this one goes. I'm going to enjoy it. But I do think the Cowboys win this one, honestly.
The winner of this game is going to earn a lot of points.
Yeah.
As far as who's really a contender and who's not. I'm so excited. I don't think the Cowboys defense is fast enough for this Chiefs offense, for anyone on the offense, and I think the middle of the Cowboys defense actually stinks. So I'm going with the Chiefs. Cowboys are, the better team, definitely more complete team, but I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. Put my eggs in the Mahomes basket for the week.
All right.
So if we're good there, we can move on to a tough one between two teams that really, really need wins. Steelers at Chargers. Chargers a 6-point favorite at SoFi. JD, what do you got?
Yeah, so I don't like this game actually at all. I don't really know what to expect. I think Tomlin hinted at Rudolph being the starter this week because I haven't seen anything about Ben coming off COVID reserve. So there's still time for that. I know he probably has to test negative in twice in 48 hours, they said. But We're getting down to the wire. It looks like it might be Rudolph again. So it's hard to gauge where this game is going to be on Sunday night. With Ben, the Steelers probably keep it close. They may keep it close with Rudolph too, but I think he really just sucks, honestly.
Yeah, he's hard.
He's hard to watch. All the Steelers fans too that we see I see on Twitter and I watch on YouTube too. They don't like Mason Rudolph. They probably have no faith in him to win this game. I'll take the Chargers and the Pickem, but I don't know how to feel. I don't know which way to lean until we get closer to game time.
Yeah. You want to go, KB?
No, you go.
Okay. So I'm going to take the Chargers and the Pickem as well. I really like the Chargers in this game. I don't think the Steelers are that good of a football team. TJ Watt's out. They're probably going to start Rudolph. And the spread when I saw it was only -5.5, so I really liked it. The Chargers are 4-1 ATS after a loss as well. I just think they're going to come out, and I think they're pissed off. They just lost to the Vikings. They need a win, and I don't think the Steelers are capable of withholding the Chargers' firepower for the whole game.
Yeah, if Big Ben was totally healthy with a full week of practice, I'm definitely hitting on the Steelers here. Mike Tomlin's one of my favorite coaches in the entire league. Their staff's great. Really good running game. I think a better team, less talented, but just a better makeup of a team. I'm going to take the Chargers. Big Ben not really practicing at all this week. Even if he plays, it's the same situation with Rodgers last week, and you could see Rodgers just was not the worst of the two quarterbacks in last week's game. But I'm gonna take the Chargers on Sunday night. Hopefully Big Ben plays, though. I can't watch Mason Rudolph on prime time.
Yeah, he's
this
awful.
week.
Yeah, we need Ben to play, but
he was in my ugly last week.
It's going to be a Steelers home game too.
That's true.
That's how mostly every Chargers game is.
Forgot
another
about
team's
that.
home
and the
game.
Steelers travel better than anyone.
It will be all terrible towels in the crowd on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm going to reconsider that Chargers -6 pick, but we'll put it on Instagram.
So you might see my pick different from what I'm saying on Sunday. You might see, like I did last week with the Green Bay game, little asterisk there, but I like the Steelers if Big Ben plays. I like the Chargers by a lot if he doesn't. And I need to see, we talked about Tuesday, I need to see the ball in Austin Eckler's hands 30 times on Sunday. If he ever comes out with an injury, he has to touch the ball 26 to 34 times in the game. There's no excuse for him not to. Even if he's struggling, they have to get him going, and they have to realize he is the center of the entire offense.
Yeah, I'd like to see them bounce it to the outside with TJ Watt out now.
Yeah.
I think that'll be interesting.
My defensive player of the year. So we could move on to the two absolute NFC powerhouses
Juggernauts
on Monday Night Football. Giants in Raymond James Stadium. Tampa Bay is an 11-point favorite as of now. Reese, what do you got?
All right, so I'm going to take the Bucks in our pick'em, but I really like the Giants to cover. I think 11's too many points. Just the way the Giants defense has been playing, especially with the Bucks defense so banged up. Richard Sherman's officially been placed on IR. The Bucks are not looking like last year's team. Then again, it is Tom Brady. It is the Bucks off of a bad week and a bye week. So I'm going to stay away from any bets on this one, but I like the Bucks to win straight up.
Yeah, to me, first off, let me even say, I'm not liking the Sunday or Monday night game.
Oh, no.
These games
these
have interesting aspects to them, but they're not ones that I'm really looking forward and circling on the calendar. That one resides in the 4:30 window, but either way, this game, I think it's a pretty easy Bucks pick'em pick. I think they bounce back. They're not going to lose to the Giants at home. The Bucks are undefeated at home. But I do agree, Reese. I do think the Giants cover. I'm not going to lock it in until Monday with our Monday graphic. We'll post our picks for that. We'll see what the point spread is then. But I feel like 11.5 is just way too much. The road team is 6-1-1 ATS their last 8 matchups. The Giants are 4-0-1 ATS last 5. 5-0-1 ATS last 6 in Tampa Bay. The trends show the Giants are the pick here. The Bucks could easily come out and just wipe the floor with them. I wouldn't be shocked, but they are banged up. I do think the Bucks win, and even like a touchdown, it's still a good win. But I think 11.5 is too much in this game.
Yeah, the way I look at this one is Giants not a good team. They're not well coached. And I don't care who is stepping into Tampa Bay this week. This is not the time you want Tom Brady. You don't want Tom Brady after 2 losses, a bye week in between them, and just an ugly stretch. This is the absolute worst time you want them. You could tell how pissed off Bruce Arians was last week, and I think that this is going to be... I mean, I think an 11-point spread, I think the Bucs are going to blow that out on Monday night. I don't even think the Giants are going to come close to this. The
Giants have been playing them well, though. Even last year, they played the Bucs well.
Oh, they do.
So I think they cover for sure.
I think the Giants are coming off of a win 2 weeks ago. They go into the bye week. I expect the Giants to come out flat on Monday night. Okay. I expect the Buccaneers to come out. I mean, I would be shocked if it takes them more than 5 plays to score a touchdown on their opening drive. I'm so confident in Tampa Bay.
KB, I won't dispute you on that.
It's hard to argue against Tom Brady.
I'm not going to argue against Tom Brady and for the Giants, but my gut tells me 11.5 is too much. But I do see a scenario where you are absolutely correct.
Oh yeah. I think that, and I agree with you guys too. I could see it going the other way. It's a big line, but I think that the Bucs had a bad November last year. I think they need to get back on the right winning path this year, because I don't think they want to go on the road in the postseason again. I just see the Bucs absolutely blowing this game out. Even with the defense and the secondary being decimated, the Giants' pass game stinks.
Yeah,
Daniel Jones is terrible. They can't get it into Kadarius Toney's hands. He's the best player on their offense.
Yeah, they need to feed him.
I
don't know what the Barkley status is.
I was just going to say Barkley status, whether he's in or out. He's a non-factor.
He'll probably get hurt again,
which is it's a sad thing for me to say. Great talent, non-factor at this point in his career. I don't know if you guys have any more notes on that one, or we could just move into the betting portion. Any other games you guys got? Any other picks you want to talk about right now? You can hear them now from the two of them. I won't be making any this week, or you could also see them on our Instagram, and we'll put some clips of it up on the TikTok. Make sure you go check that out as well. Link is in the description for everything. Either of you can get us started here. What do you think?
Yeah, so every Sunday, we're going to post our Pickem, and then on the second slide, you could find our betting plays for the day. Personally, I only have 2 bets other than the ones we've talked about. I'll just briefly recap what we went over already. For tonight's game, I like the Pats, Falcons under 47.5. I like the Colts +7 on Sunday. I like the Packers -1.5. And then other 2 picks for games that we haven't talked about. I'd like the Dolphins -3.5 in MetLife against the Jets. The Dolphins are 6-0-1 ATS their last 7 matchups.
Flacco's playing, right?
Yeah,
I think Flacco playing is why.
I just to chime in quick on that pick. I don't know if anyone checked out last year's score of the Jets-Dolphins game with Flacco playing. Dolphins won.
What was it?
Dolphins won 24-0.
24-0.
Yeah, it was a tough game. I remember that.
I don't remember that one.
And it wasn't worth remembering.
Lucky you.
Was the Marcus? Was that the Marcus May butt pick?
I believe so.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. They got after. I think they sacked Flacco 4 or 5 times. Just same thing we saw last week on Thursday night. 0 blitz. Brian Flores. I mean, imagine what it did to it absolutely destroyed Lamar. Imagine what it does to Flacco.
This game is a total shit fest.
Yeah, but we don't want to get too much into this game.
I just think the Dolphins are trending in another direction.
I mean, realistically, CBS should black this out on Sunday.
Yeah, I don't want to see it.
Yeah, this game's brutal. I won't be watching it, but I'll be taking the Dolphins -3. And then I'm also going to take the Panthers money line. Cam Newton revenge game against Ron Rivera. I think the Panthers are going to win this one. I'm not going to mess with the points, though. I think 3.5 is a little too much. I still think you got to respect the football team after what they did last week. But I'll take the Panthers money line at -180, and then I'll lean the Cowboys and Giants. We'll see. We're gonna have our official picks up Sunday morning, so you'll be able to check those out. But all in all, I have the Pats Falcons under tonight, the Colts +7 on Sunday, the Packers -1.5, the Dolphins -3.5, and the Panthers money line at -180. And we'll probably add a few more. This one, I feel a lot better about our picks this week than I did last week. But even last week, I had a good Sunday. I didn't have a good Monday or Thursday. But we're feeling good. We're feeling good heading into the weekend.
Yeah, so I only have 2 more game picks besides the ones I've already said. I'll list them off at the end. By the way, I do want to talk about how the Cowboys-Falcons game had a 40 points at half, and my over 53 didn't hit.
Yeah,
I
a
was
lot of bad
losing my
beats, too.
mind. I should have been 3-1 last
beats,
week,
too.
but we
I could have been
moved forward.
5-0.
You should have been
5-0 because
but my
the
pick
Titans were up by 2 touchdowns, and I'm not going to say they deserve to cover, but I was sitting pretty, and I was like, oh, I might actually have a good Sunday. And I still did, but a clean sweep would have been nice last week.
So, speaking of that cover, I am going to ride with the Saints at plus 1.5 again this week. The Eagles have finally realized they need to run the ball, and this is unfortunate timing for them because the Saints are the number 1 team against the rush. The last 3 games, the Eagles have ran the ball 125 times and only thrown it 56. The Saints are a very good spread team, as you could see against the Titans last week. And the road underdog is 160, 97, and 5 ATS after a loss. So I really like the Saints to win this one. And last... Go ahead.
No, you go.
Okay, so last pick is Browns minus 11.5. The Lions suck. I don't even know if Goff is going to play. I don't even know the name of their backup.
Tim Boyle.
Former
I mean, it can't be worse.
It can't be worse. That's what I was thinking.
I will tell you, beware of Tim Boyle.
Yeah,
because
I will.
That guy can sling it. He has a cannon.
Are you saying a potential Mike White episode?
Could
with
be,
the
but I think the
Browns.
the Browns. I'm in agreement with Reese. While I do respect Tim Boyle, I think the Browns are going to shit on the Lions.
It's only if it was like 14.5, I'd stay away. But the Browns are 6-1 ATS at home in their last 7 against teams with a losing record, and Detroit is 3-0 in their last meetings. So I think the Browns are due to beat them. I think they should beat them, and they should beat them by a lot.
Yeah,
so
I do agree.
Just to recap, I'm going to take the Pats minus 6.5, Matt Ryan under 250.5 passing yards, Colts plus 7.5, the under 47 in the Packers, and I'm going to stay away from the Chargers for now, and then Browns minus 11.5, Saints plus 1.5.
Good picks.
All good picks. I just want to talk about my struggles at the betting table.
The floor is yours.
It was tough for you. It's not even.
I should be 12-0 if you break down all the picks. I'm 3-9. The Browns Patriots game, we just missed the under. The Bucks Washington game, we just missed the over. Rams got their asses handed to them on Monday night. That was a fluke. Evidently, total fluke. What else? The Lamar and the Ravens on Thursday. I mean, this isn't easy. I'm picking. This should be a walk in the park for my picks.
Yeah,
these are 12 picks.
The Steelers money line.
Steelers money line. Big Ben's out. They tied. Because Freiermuth fumbles in.
Actually, KB, not 3-9. You're 3-8-1.
Hey, there we go.
3-8-1.
So that's actually, I'm actually, just scratching the surface of even now. Now that you said that, that makes it look a lot better. But week 11, hopefully, I can't get any worse this week because I will not be making any picks. I was tempted with a few, but I was really tempted just to throw in Green Bay to get myself a 4-8-1. But JD, I don't want to do that to you this weekend.
I was just about to ask KB if you could bet on the Dolphins.
We'll lose by 2.
KB, you want to ride? You want to ride with the pack with us? You ride with the pack.
Yeah.
If I pick the pack at minus 1.5, they will lose the game by 2, and that's not something I want to do to you. So, but overall, week 11, I'm very excited. A lot of good games.
Great week this week. I'm really excited.
The games are either great or really bad. Mm-hmm. So we talked about the ones I love. An additional one is the Cardinals Seahawks. We saw the 2 best games of the regular season last year were Cardinals Seahawks.
Yeah,
and I do think the Seahawks might. It's in CenturyLink, or it's called Lumen Field now, but I'm still calling it.
It's CenturyLink.
CenturyLink.
It's fucking CenturyLink.
They're at home. They need a win. I think this game will be close, but I do think the Cardinals are the better football team. Yeah. So I don't know. I could see a scenario where the Seahawks come out and win on Sunday.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure which way I'm leaning in that game yet.
I like the Hawks. I'd lean Hawks right now.
All right. Well,
yeah, we'll see. And we're still trying to find.
Yep.
We're still trying to find a good format for our picks episode. We're going to keep adapting along the way.
Yep.
But we feel, though, it's better we just talk about the most prominent games of the weekend instead of having you guys sit here for 10 minutes with us talking about the 49ers and the Jaguars. I mean, erase that game from existence.
Yeah.
That's not even the worst one of the weekend because the Jets play.
Oh, no. The Jets and Dolphins,
yeah,
too.
It's the worst.
Who do the Texans play this week?
They play a terrible game, too.
Oh.
It's a terrible game.
It's
I know
bad
game.
game.
It's Titans-Texans, I think? Titans-Texans?
Oh, yeah.
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 Dog shit,
All
I
right,
think.
well, thanks for watching this one. As always, Tuesday we'll be back with our Good, Bad, Ugly. Week 11 should be a really exciting one because the amount of games between playoff teams, playoff caliber teams, it's too much for us to even be considering talking about the Jets and Jaguars next week in an ugly.
Yeah.
So it's really, the games are starting to count now more than they do prior in the season. So everything's on the line now for these playoff teams.
Playoff picture's shaping up.
Tuesday should be a really good show. Thanks for watching this one. Subscribe, check out the description below, and hopefully week 11's a good one. Thanks, guys.
See you next week.
Yep. See ya.